have a few memories that I'm going to mention about Alex. As I look at those photos, and the thing that strikes me about Alex is his contagious smile. Sometimes he can look so serious, but when he had that smile, it was so genuine. Just a very genuine smile. He was a happy guy. He could light up the room in a moment. I'd be up here in front of the president's forum trying to be serious, respond to being serious, and he would make some smart aleck remark, which actually I appreciated, but that's just the way Alex was. Him and I would have this thing back and forth about the Marines and the Army, and it was just sort of it's a thing you do when you both served in the military in one of the services. Even though we give each other a hard time, we certainly respect each other's service. It's one of those things to do. He'd always walk up to me. The Army just didn't stand up to the way the Marines were. And he would walk up in that black coat. You've seen, so if he'd have his hand in his pocket or something, he'd walk up to me, he'd just look down at my shoes. And he goes, in the Marines, they taught us how to shine shoes there, President. But that was Alex for you. The other thing is the buffet. He loved his food, he loved his barbecues and buffets. He would always come up to me if I was going through the line. He says, Mr. President, is that the third or fourth time you've been through the buffet? And so I think it's appropriate we have that today. And he would do the same thing with others. I know he did for Sewell a hard time. They would go back and forth about buffets and some other terminology. His love for the Raiders, I used to give him a hard time about that. His Raiders are actually looking pretty good. They've got a good team this year, so they're taking care of Alex, I think. So I'm glad to see that. And those damn goofy hats. What's with that? Did he think he looked good in those hats? But he would wear those little hats golfing, and I can tell you in golfing, he was a lousy golfer, but he'd always arrange to call the Divot Diggers golf tournament every year, and we're going to have to keep that going. We haven't had it this year yet. We're going to do it this summer. He's already working on that, but we'll follow up with that. But he would wear a goofy hat. It wasn't a typical golf hat that you wore out there. He had a sombrero or something he'd wear on the golf course, and so it wasn't traditional. But I remember walking on the Cedars golf course one time. I was with another group of 4, and he was there, and so he reaches down in his bag, and most people carry golf balls in their bag. Alex carried beer. So he pulled out and got, hey, grab one, and he threw me a can of beer in the golf course. So I missed that. And then the ice cream socials were a wonderful event for him. He would come in some goofy outfitter hat, and certainly miss that. And it just doesn't seem the same these days. It's sort of like I keep expecting him to walk in here and sort of brighten up the room. It's still hard for me to actually really believe he's not here, but I think he's here in spirit. He's a person that I look up to as far as the way he handled students. He could relate to any student. It didn't matter who it was. There was a student I was trying to help that had gotten out of Larch, and Alex had a different relationship with him than I did. And he could, if things were getting tough, and I would need some, hey, Alex, can you talk to this guy? And Alex would do it in a heartbeat, and he could relate to that guy. And I would see him, he would say, yeah, Alex squared me away. And, that was something special about Alex, because he could connect with students in ways others couldn't do that. The other thing about him is that, he just cared about people. And there was an elderly lady that in your campus quite a bit. And she goes, she's grabbed me and says, we've got to do more like what Alex did. Alex he really cared. He would take the time. It didn't matter who you were. And he didn't necessarily go up to suck up to the president or other people. He took care of the folks that he thought that maybe overlooked college, wherever they were. And he would spend time to ask them how they were doing and just talk to them. He did this to this elderly lady. And that was another special thing about Alex. And the thing that I probably appreciate most about it was his honesty. Sometimes he would tell me things that I necessarily didn't want to hear, but I needed to hear. He was very honest with me. And I needed that from him, and I missed that from him.